Hello. So let's talk about quotation and tenders. Often when initiating dealings with suppliers, you tend to send inquiries in the form of requests for quotation, request for proposal, request for information, etc. Although at times the supplier may also just send unsolicited proposal telling us what they're offering and all that. A standard inquiry will typically show contact information of the purchaser, a reference number to use when replying, and the date on which to reply, the quantity and description of goods that are required, the required place and date of delivery, the buyer's standard terms and conditions of purchase, terms of payment, etc. Of course, in doing this, the aim here is so that the supplier can send their quotation so that you can understand what they're selling for and, their terms basically. Well, most organizations will just use a formalized process known as tender. So tendering, in its simplest form, is just a way in which the suppliers will try to put forward, or rather to bid for a given contract to supply or to do whatever it is. So let's conclude this by talking about summarized steps in tendering process. Number one, preparation of the tendering documents, which will help to ensure that the bidding process is accurately costed, the bidding process is directly compared, and all requirements are complied. Number two, we advertise the tender. Of course, it will take the shape of expression of interest. So we give out all the information that we want through the selected media that we are using to advertise the process. Number three, now in case of selective tendering, then that means that we'll have to send out some questionnaires so that the parties that are actually interested can fill them, and then we'll evaluate the questionnaires and decide on whether they are actually going to be the shortlisted candidates or not. Number four, issue of the tender documents to the parties that have responded. And so these will include instruction to the tenderers, pricing documentation, the specification, criteria for contract award, if need be, condition of purchase, and deadlines for submission. So the next step, therefore, will be evaluation of these documents once we get them. So the evaluation will depend on the criteria that has been chosen by the company. Some will go with cost, some will go with whatever. The point is, after that, we evaluate the tenders. And the last step is post-tender clarification. Now that is just in case anybody has any question and there are any issue that emerge once you've, you're done with the tender. Okay, the last step actually is awarding the contract. So after you've done the post-tender sort of evaluation. Now up to there, I hope that everything is clear, and if you have any question, do let me know. And I'll see you in the next lesson.